Hello and welcome back to Palia. We're here with Subira again, and she has something she'd like us to do, so let's do that. Here are materials I received from the order. There are lab results, a letter from the Illuminary himself, and what appears to be a diary recovered from an order mission. I've read them myself, but I'd appreciate your thoughts on them. I have attached the preliminary lab results and a diary discovered within the Grand Archives. The reports coming from the Elderwood match these coming from our agents across Bahari. We have reason to believe the flow surge that kicked off these events originated from Kilima, based on your discoveries with the human ruins. On a personal note, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is that we find the source of this infection and stop it before it spreads further. If this substance, this echo, were to spread to major population centers, it could wreak havoc in our citizens. It attaches to emotions and twists them, turning anger to rage and sadness to despair. Remember your training. Shut off all emotion. Practice your control and stay level-headed. And keep an eye on that human you are working with. This whole thing stinks of human hubris, and I will not have our people suffer for their people's mistakes. Erwin, Office of the Grand Illuminary. Alrighty, and we also have the Elderwood lab results. There are pages of introduction, methodology, and data. You flip to the section that has been earmarked. Results. Preliminary material examination reveal physical differences between infected samples and control samples. In fact, infected sample A, Flora, emitted a purplish-black vapor, even severed from its root system. This vapor persists until the biological tissue completely expired. Examination of its circular flow system revealed trace amounts of substance X, Echo. Infected sample B, Fauna, exhibited further deterioration and complete transmutation. The circulatory flow system was entirely overwritten by substance X. Physical changes were observed throughout the sample. Biological structure began to transform under further exposure to substance X. Experiment B paused. On the nature of flow and echo, it was noted while attempting to contain the infected samples that the standard flow-based containment spells used by order protectors had an adverse effect on infected samples. Infected sample A reacted by recoiling from the presence of flow. When fully contained in a flow shield, the samples shriveled as if denied water or sunlight. Bombarding sample A with concentrated flow sufficiently burnt infection from the biological structure, but resulted in termination of specimen. Attempts to contain pure substance X essence via flow resulted in substance X presence diminishing and eventually dissipating. It appears that the higher the concentration of flow, the faster this dissipation process. Further experiments paused pending Ethics Committee approval. Discussion. It is my belief that the more advanced the cognitive and emotional capacity of the infected specimen, the higher the rate of substance X within its system. There was a marked increase in substance X between flora specimens and the varying fauna species, with insects containing the second lowest amount of substance X and mammals containing the highest amounts. Furthermore, the physical changes became more extreme the more advanced the sample and the larger the rate of exposure. On the nature of substance X, it appears to react to the presence of emotion, or lack thereof. Coming into limited contact with a substance can induce an emotional state within subjects. Among the samples tested, fellow alchemists reported feelings of rage, grief, and despair. It is currently unclear how this transference happens, or what mechanism currently determines the exact emotion transferred. The following is purely conjecture at this point, and must be taken as such. It is my belief, based on supplemental materials, Hunter's Diary, that the substance amplifies the emotions of subjects exposed to it. Moreover, it appears to have some sort of primitive reflex to seek out and attach to resources of emotion. The seeking behavior, if it can be called behavior, is influenced by the intensity of the emotion exhibited by the subject. When an artificial claim was induced in subjects via approved room working, substance X reduced to an inert state. This implies that emotional control and regulation could assist in rejecting substance X influence. More data required. And the Hunter's Diary, a note is scrawled on the first page. Recovered from incident site 62B. No survivors recorded. We are calling the mysterious smoke Echo, based in similar reports connected to other human ruins. Day 1. Set up camp with the clients today. Guess the Order wants someone to guide these watchers through the ruins. Strange to see Order folk want anything to do with old human stuff. Usually see them putting up their little ropes and trying to keep folks out. Still, can't beat pay when it comes to the Order, especially when no one else wants to take the job. A lot of local folks claim the ruins are cursed, which is why they had to hire a hunter like me. Someone who knows their way around a bow and ain't afraid of some shadows. Should be fine long as no one's stupid. I ain't one for all that superstitious crap anyways. Day 2. Started real early today. The head watcher, some guy named Finney, made a big fuss about early wolves catching the worms. Swear I saw one of the other watchers roll their eyes. Got a feeling he ain't exactly a popular leader. He talked my ear off the whole way down to the ruins about his theories on the human disappearance. I asked him why it mattered, and he acted all shocked. Just don't see how some old dead people from before our time have anything to do with us. I turned out the answer he gave. We made camp in the ruins. Some of the other members are acting nervous. The youngest one, Simu, says she heard voices in the shadows as we were traveling today. Didn't hear nothing myself. Suggested to Finney that he check in on her later. Day 3. Had nightmares last night. Same one I used to get. Had to watch him fall over and over again while I'm frozen. Try to move or call for help or do anything, but it's like I'm not even in my body anymore. Heard some of the other expedition members mention bad dreams too. Think those stories are getting to everyone. The worst was Simu, though. She had these dark shadows under her eyes and barely even reacted when I tried talking to her. Finney wrote it off as nerves. Apparently, it's her first mission since graduating. I'm not so sure, though. She seemed nervous, but normal yesterday. Today, it's like she's a different person entirely. We go further into the depths today, then set up final camp. Day 6. Found some kind of locked door mechanism in the ruins. Spent the whole day solving the puzzle to unlock it, and all we found on the other side was an empty hallway and some purple smoke. Thought it might be poison gas from a booby trap, but it dissipated real quick. Day 7. Simu disappeared. Spent all day looking for her, but it's like she vanished without a trace. Tried bringing up with Finney, but he brushed it off. Seemed almost angry at me. Swear he snarled at me like some kinda shadvarak. Tried to write it off as stress, but I ain't so sure anymore. Thinking soon as we find Simu, we might want to cut this thing short. Day 7. Same damn nightmares. Why can't I move? Day 8. Finney says it's business as usual. We'll start trying to open the doors in that hallway we unlocked, and if Simu shows up, then she shows up. He won't divert resources to look for her. Some of the others tried to argue, and he nearly charged them with mutiny. Ain't my business anyway. Day 8. Ain't nothing behind any of the doors, just more smoke. What's the point of hiring a hunter? Not like I can shoot the air. Nothing's been living here since the humans sealed it up. The nightmares ain't stopping. Barely slept last night, so I just kept watch. Could have sworn I saw something sneaking around in the dark, but when I went to check it out, it was gone. We found Simu. She was behind one of the sealed doors. No idea how she got in there. And she ain't saying anything. When we found her, she was shaking like a leaf, surrounded by that purple stuff. I told Finney we should cut the expedition short and get out of here, and he damn near pulled a sword on me. Think I'll stay up and keep watch tonight near Simu's tent. The next few pages are damaged and almost completely unsalvageable. You flip to the next legible page. Trapped. Must have been Finney. He locked us in here. Says we're all infected. Can't see how he's the one changing. Damn paranoia's doomed us all. Gonna look for another way. It's here. This is where it's all been coming from. That smoke. The damn smoke. Close my eyes and all I see is purple and that thing. Finny was lying next to the pool as it swam under the surface, singing to it, "Need to get out of here. Taking Simu with me." She took one look at the thing and just started shrieking. "It ain't even leaving." But I'm not waiting for it to get hungry. That is the last page of the journal. There is a note attached to the back cover written in a different hand. This journal was discovered just inside the painted ruins. No traces of the expedition team were found despite extensive search. There are no known hallways or underground pools attached to the painted ruins. It is a relatively simple complex, believed to be a temple to the Phoenix. The only proof that the missing expedition reached these ruins is this account. All members have been marked missing in action. Whoa. Okay, let's discuss these logs with Subira. I read the logs. Yes, your expression tells me as much. I wish the news were more pleasant. The infectious substance we are dealing with is, at its core, semi-sensitive negative emotions. This echo has the ability to change the very makeup of biological structures. And it is all over the Elderwood. Apparently other places across Bahari Island as well. Where does this echo come from? That's what we must find out. There is a source, and we have been tasked with finding it. Based on the diary, it is likely to come from an ancient human ruin. Have you seen anything that stood out as you explored the woods? There's some structures in the swamp. No. Before you can finish your sentence, the boy from the caves emerges out of the shadows surrounding the stables. He stops moving as Subira turns her gaze towards him. I promise I mean you no harm. Subira lifts her hands up in an appeasing gesture. After a moment, the boy reluctantly relaxes and comes closer. My name is Subira, and this is Sim. You are? Ulfi. It is a pleasure to meet you, Ulfi. I'm glad to see you are safe and sound. Ulfi tilts his head to the side, watching Subira blankly. You clean Echo? Something like that. I help. Forrest is sick. Do you know something that can help? Yes, this Echo. He gestured at the stable, then the woods, beyond, and spread his arms out wide. It's everywhere? Yes, everywhere. You waste time. Look everywhere. Do you know how to find where it's coming from? There's tree. Zendru tree. In village. I go there. He gestures, reaching out his hand, placing it on the nearest tree, and closing his eyes. I find sick. You are saying that if we take you to the Zendru tree, you'll be able to find the source of the echo? Yes. Got it. Touch tree, find echo. I imagine if it was that easy, you would have gone already. Yes, Ulfe? I try. I fall. Sick everywhere. Where is the Zendru tree? Come, follow. Oh. Subira, are you okay? Are you okay, hon? Oh my goodness. They're both just... What are you doing? What are you doing? Yes, I'm following. Oh, is it here? It must be here. We might have to save this for the next episode. I do believe we are running short on time, but let's see what Ulfi has to say. Ulfi stands in front of a great wall of echo covering what appears to be some sort of entrance. Trapped. I see. If we want to gain access to the Zendru tree, we'll need to find a way past this barrier. What about the staff? Then we are thinking the same thing. Glad to know we aren't simply skimming the required reading, Sim. You help Forrest? We shall certainly try. Now, I suspect in order to gain access to the staff, there'll be some manner of puzzle challenge or maze. The ancient humans did seem to love them. Of course, I expect you'll make short work of anything blocking our way, Sim. I will contact Gina and Hekla and let them know we are coming. I asked them to keep watch over the temple while we were gone. What's wrong? I am able to access Hekla's flow network directly. Until now, there have been no issues with it. But her flow network is currently offline? Something is wrong. We need to check on them. Ulfe, will you be alright waiting here until we get back? I go to trees. Watch. As long as you're safe. We'll be back soon. Ulfe disappears up the nearest tree, climbing it as easily as if it were a ladder. Make haste, Sim. Oh dear. Well, we're going to have to make haste into the next episode because I am pretty sure that this one has run out of time. I'm going to wish you all a good day or night, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in the next one.